Thank you so much for tuning in. We have made it to the season finale of the NFL Recap Show. And Week 18 did not disappoint. I'm locked and loaded and ready to put on the
With
show.
Browns resting starters for the playoffs, motivated Bengals win 31-14 to finish above 500.
The Cincinnati Bengals went into Week 18 with one thing on their mind, and that's finishing the season above 500. Joe Burrow was sorely missed, and me personally, I think that's the only reason why the Cincinnati Bengals is not playing this weekend. Joe Burrow is definitely a top 5 NFL quarterback. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and roll up my top 5 really quick here. Of course, number 1, we got Pat Mahomes. Number 2, Lamar Jackson, the MVP candidate. Number 3, I got Jalen Hurts. Number 4, I got Dakota Prescott. Number 5, I had Joe Burrow. But right now, I'm sticking in C.J. Stroud. The Cleveland Browns really didn't have anything to play for, as they have already clinched the 5th seed.
Lawrence stopped short of goal line as Jags eliminated from playoff race in 28-20 loss to Titans.
I've been saying this all season long. The Tennessee Titans have been very disappointing, and that's the reason why they fired their coach. Now, with that being said, the Jacksonville Jaguars had everything on the line. The playoffs was on the line. Division title were on the line, and they squandered it. That is very, very disappointing.
Playoff-bound Lions lose record-breaking rookie Sam Laporta to knee injury in 30-20 win over Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings definitely had quarterback problems this season. Is the number one reason they are not in the playoffs. The quarterbacks that they did have just wasn't good. The rookie went down. They tried to bring in the hot Joshua Dobbs. He quickly fizzled out. They went all the way down to the bottom and grabbed Nick Mullins. He did not produce. Therefore, the Minnesota Vikings did not produce a playoff berth. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions, not the darlings of the NFL, everybody knew that they were coming and couldn't do nothing about it. To me, they are the most dangerous team in the playoffs in the NFC.
Derek Carr passes for 4 TDs. Saints rout Falcons but miss playoffs.
When the New Orleans Saints signed Derek Carr, they had one thing in mind, and that was winning the NFC South. They was facing the Atlanta Falcons with a hope and a prayer that the Carolina Panthers would somehow beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and they would prevail over the Atlanta Falcons, where they bullied the Atlanta Falcons, taking care of business and pissing Arthur Smith off. Soon after that, he was definitely given the pink slip and relieved of his duties as the Atlanta Falcons head coach.
Bill Belichick loses impossible finale as Patriots coach. Jets snap 15-game skid versus New England.
The receipt-collecting Robert Saleh ended the season on a good note for the Jets, beating the New England Patriots. My thing about the hoodie, Bill Belichick, the decision is all his. I doubt a 6-time Super Bowl champion would just get it. Here's your pink slip. You're fired. HR will go ahead and sign some paperwork here, and security will strip you of your badge. And
Buccaneers clinch NFC South title with 9-0 win over Panthers.
Fired the Cannons. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made it to the playoffs and will be facing the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night.
Love comes through as Packers beat Bears 17-9 to clinch a playoff berth.
Look, I just want to say I was the one a few weeks ago that was saying give Jordan some love, give Jordan some love, give Jordan some love. And you got to love the fact that he willed the Green Bay Packers into the 7th seed spot in the playoffs, while the Chicago Bears are now thinking, what in the hell are we going to do with Justin Fields? To me personally, I think they need to hold on to him, try to figure out what's really out there as an option as a head coach if need be. They absolutely got playmakers around them. Let's find out. The Chicago Bears should have one hell of a eventful offseason. And the bad news about the Packers, they're facing the Cowboys at Jerry's World
Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys win the NFC East by beating the Commanders 38-10.
The Dallas Cowboys took their talents to Washington, facing the Commanders. They took care of business, locking up the second seed in the NFC. That means they host 2 playoff games in Jerry's World, while Washington Commanders, they moved on from Riverboat Ron. Let's see who their next head coach will be.
O'Connell, White and pass rush led Raiders to 27-14 win over Broncos in season finale.
I really hope the Las Vegas Raiders strongly consider Antonio Pierce. And if not the Raiders, maybe some other team looking for a head coach that might perhaps go ahead and interview him. A real one, not just, satisfying the Rooney Rule, if you will. But while in Denver, a very disappointing season for the Broncos. They may move on from Russell Wilson. Definitely want to stay tuned for that. Is Russell Wilson's career over? Can he be a backup somewhere? Can he lobby for a job it may get really, really ugly for Russell Wilson. Can he go back home?
Eagles complete late season collapse. Finish 1-5 stretch with 27-10 loss to New York Giants.
What the hell has happened with the Philadelphia Eagles? It seems like ever since that 49ers game, they have not been the same, including going 1-5 down the stretch. The NFC East title were right there in the graph. The Dallas Cowboys came and just took it. Now they have to play a playoff game on the road versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're banged up. Their Eagles is banged up, and you got Jalen Hurts with that JR I'm high Smith face. I mean, what you call a stone face? Maybe a stoned face, if you will. No matter what, win or lose, he seems to be even keel. And that makes me to believe that the Philadelphia Eagles, of course, coming into the season as Super Bowl contenders, as, one of the top teams in the NFL. When it comes to the playoffs, teams like the Philadelphia Eagles, their season starts when the playoff begins. Let's see how that all unfolds on Monday night. While the New York Football Giants, they have a question mark in a lot of different places.
Seahawks rally for 21-20 win over Cardinals, but still miss out on playoffs after Packers win.
I did not see this coming with Pete Carroll. I didn't even know he was on the hot seat. I didn't even know he was warm. Now, as far as with Seattle having maybe a quarterback position opening up, a head coaching position opening up, as Pete Carroll is now moving on as an advisor, I think that's, all kudos to him. Maybe he can become like a Tom Coughlin. No, not a Tom Coughlin. Not a Tom Coughlin.
Mike Edwards scoop and score. Harrison Butker's field goals propel Chiefs past Chargers 13-12.
Kansas City Chiefs, I look at them like I look at the Philadelphia Eagles. Their season by far was not pretty. However, coming into the season, they were looked at as Super Bowl contenders. Coming into the season, they were looked at one of the top teams, if not the top team in the NFL. And when great teams like this get to the playoffs, that's when the season really starts. And as far as with the Los Angeles Chargers, let the coaching search begin. And I don't know what the Chargers are going to do next season. They have abundance of talent and haven't done diddly squat. I've been calling from Brandon Staley's head. Finally got it. So now let's see what happens.
Carson Wentz leads the Rams to the NFC's 6th seed with a 21-20 win over the 49ers.
With Jake Moody missing a field goal, I do not want that to be a problem for the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs. Kind of concerns me that he missed a chip-chop field goal. Because remember, when we played the Browns in Cleveland, he missed that game-winning field goal. Do not want that to be a problem. I don't want Jake Moody in any type of game-winning situation in the playoffs. As far as with the Los Angeles Rams, they're on fire right now facing the Detroit Lions. That's going to be an intriguing matchup for sure.
Josh Allen rallies Bills for 21-14 win over Dolphins. Buffalo secures number 2 seed in AFC.
Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins getting them up for the AFC East title. And there was no doubt a slobber knocker. Miami Dolphins were hanging tough. But the special teams of the Buffalo Bills really sparked that spark for them. Josh Allen took care of the rest. The Buffalo Bills are moved all the way up to the 2nd seed in the AFC. Now, when I say moved all the way up, just a few weeks ago, they were 6-6, 10th in the AFC.